Okay, we've been seeing a lot of people asking questions on the forums about how to apply vehicle graphics without any air bubbles, without falling off, without ruining the graphics, any number of problems. So we're going to show you today how to do this as easily as possible in as little time as possible, and make it look professional like you've been doing this for 20 years. So first, let's talk about the vehicle and applying vehicle graphics. No matter what kind of graphic you're putting on a vehicle, the first step is ensuring that that vehicle surface is clean. This is referred to as the substrate, or the vehicle surface, whatever you want to call it. Bottom line is, vehicles are exposed to wax, silicone products, tire cleaners, whatnot. What I'm doing right now, I'm spraying the vehicle with Rapid Prep. This is our wax, silicone, and grease and oil cleaner that will just knock the heck out of the wax on there. It'll cut it right off. Just wipe it clean with a plain white paper towel. I'm going to go ahead and clean it with the Rapid Tac too, even after I did the Rapid Prep. This will take any Rapid Prep residue and one last clean, make sure that graphic is going to apply without any problems. So again, plain white paper towel. Don't use shop rags, don't use the blue shop towels that you can buy. Those products are going to contain chemicals that can contaminate your surface and cause havoc in a wet application. So avoid those. Just the cheapest plain white paper towels you can find, and you're going to be in business. Okay, we're ready to begin. So spray our substrate, or the vehicle itself, as it's referred to. Get that good and wet. Fluid's going to just continue to run down. You want to get this process moving right along, because out in a nice warm day like today, that will start to evaporate fairly quickly. Now, anybody who's worked with reflective films will know that this is probably the toughest part of the entire application. Peeling off your liner with reflective film can be a challenge. So you want to just pull it back on itself, take your time, be careful, and there we go. We're free and clear. Again, another quick little spray just to make sure we're wet. And here we go. So, for today's purposes, I'm not measuring this, I'm not taking any extra steps. What I want to show you though is that I've just put it down, picked it back up, let's put it, that's not going to work obviously, so we can keep repositioning this until it's where we want it. Let's just line it up with the bed cap hole, and we can realistically just eyeball it into registration for this purpose. And let's just say we're happy with that. That'll work for today. Okay, start in the center. You can see that this isn't completely bonded, it's not down yet, there's fluid under it. Start at the center of the graphic, drag the squeegee with a nice firm slow stroke. What we're doing is pushing any air pockets and any of the application fluid out from under the graphic and out from under the transfer tape, and beginning the bonding process. We're going to achieve a preliminary bond in about 90 seconds here. So that's what this is all about. The Rapid Tac application fluids clean the surface, allow you to position the product, eliminate air bubbles and trapped fluids, as well as stimulating the adhesive under the graphic. That's something that soap and water can never do, and that's something that a dry application doesn't achieve as well. So, a couple firm strokes. These films are referred to as pressure sensitive films, so of course use pressure. Nice firm strokes. Don't chip at it either. Don't push your squeegee and don't chip at it. What that'll usually do is it'll push the film around, it'll cause air bubbles, and it'll ruin your graphic. So nice firm slow strokes. Pull the fluids out from under that graphic. We're good. We have that one just about licked. So that's down, that's bonding. Now we want to saturate that transfer tape. What we're doing here is allowing our application fluid to penetrate this mask and start to get between the adhesive on the transfer tape and the graphic itself to cause it to release off of the graphic and the surface of the vehicle. if you watch, you can see that this is starting to wrinkle. Everywhere there's a graphic, that bond is releasing. So while the graphic is bonding, the application tape or the transfer tape is releasing. Now, start at the corner at the top, pull your transfer tape at a 45-degree angle back on itself, and we're good. Now we have the base of our TRD Sport graphic. Okay, now, last step, this is really easy. Separate your graphic from your liner. Again, with the reflective films, you want to be a little more careful with this so it doesn't pull the paper. The reason that it's more difficult with reflective films is that they're harder to cut. So whoever cuts these on their vinyl machine has to use a little more pressure in some cases, and it cuts the paper in some cases. You'll cut it, and then the paper wants to stay and not release completely away. So I'm going to give it another spray. I might even spray the back of the graphic itself. I just had it blow around a bit, and if you're outside and you're not paying attention, somebody asks you a question a little bit and it sticks, if that were dry, this would be all over. We're done. But we've got our insurance in the Rapid Tac 2 bottle right there. All right. Now this is a process people hate doing. This isn't fun for a lot of people. We had a little piece there that was left over, shouldn't have been on there. Okay, so this is the fun part, getting the graphic in registration. Now, the advantage of Rapid Tac products and doing an application wet is not only how well they bond and how they clean, but how well they allow you to eliminate other steps. This is speeding up this process substantially. I'm not out here with mask, taping it on, hinging it, peeling it off. You know, that's pretty cumbersome in a lot of cases when you're just wanting to put down a simple graphic. This is about as simple as a graphic can get. So, we're there. If you notice, I can see through the transfer film, I can put it into registration. Now I'm happy, and I'm going to start squeegeeing it out. We're committing right now. The graphic will be down, and we'll be in business shortly. Again, nice firm strokes. Drag the squeegee, don't push. You push, you will make bubbles, you'll cause problems. You don't want to go there. Keep this simple. Okay, now we saturated the transfer film on top of the black graphic. We're going to try and work that in and get it to release from the film. So far I'm pretty tickled with this. These little tiny letters, if you can read it, Toyota Racing Development, these are usually a pretty good challenge for graphics applications. They're small, they're easy to push out of registration. There's not a lot of surface area to bond. The bigger the graphic you have, of course, the easier it is for that surface area to bond thoroughly because it's a stronger bond, it's more adhesive. But this is kind of a challenge at times. So the application fluid really helps that to bond better and gives you a lot of leeway for mistakes. If you make a little mistake and you get it out of whack, you've got some insurance. You can fix it. Okay, but now we're squeegeeing, we're committed. It's going to be down, it's going to be permanent. You can see the transfer tape lifting. We're ready. It's telling us to peel it off. Let's go. All right, 45-degree angle, back over itself. Looks like it just rolled off the lot of Toyota. So we're good. Look, I can run my hands over it. We're not pulling anything up. Nothing's peeling. My fingernails, you can hear it. Not a problem. Drag the squeegee over it. We have bonded.